Yeah, this is a question, you obviously worked for Target for a while, and for me, a simpleton, I don't, I get a little bit of target market. Can you like give some examples of the things that Target specifically did different than someone like Meijer or Walmart to like attract people? Because they're not cheaper, but like what did they do differently that, Walmart and Meijer,
Yeah, so Target, and this is more of the corporate side of it, but just knowing our customer base, a lot of it is partnering with certain brands. So back in, I think it was like the 70s and 80s, they partnered with big brands and made their own line of those things. So for example, Levi's, there's Denizen. So there's a Levi jean, but it's Target branded. Or there's a lot of partnerships with huge companies too, where it's like for a short time you can get this at Target, and it's a Target line. And
so kind of like the Chip and Joanna Gaines, Magnolia stuff is like, they're like, hey, this is like, okay, that makes sense.
And so that's a long-term thing. So, but what that does is it attracts that market in, because there's new and ever-changing things, and Target is always remaking themselves and doing tons of remodels at their old stores and just keeping it current. Whereas, I would say the Walmarts of the world, what you're getting the lowest price, and Target markets themselves as low price as well, and they try to compete in that space, but that's not their only goal.
Yeah, Target has done an unbelievable job marketing themselves. Like, we have just about everything Walmart and Meijer did, and it was like a week or two ago, my wife had given me a list of things we needed, just random things, and it was like a rotisserie chicken and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, you know what? I do enjoy just kind of meandering Target. I think that's what they've done really well. Like, it's fun to meander. But I literally went there and I couldn't get anything on the list, so I had to leave and go to Walmart.
Yeah.
But I think that's like what Target's done in like that demographic of, it's like enjoyable to shop there. It's not as stressful, and they've done a good job with that. And like specifically on the demographic side, I remember this from 12 years ago, and I don't know if this is still the same today, but my accounting professor in college had this question for the class: what business always puts themselves within a mile of a Target? And we're all like trying to think, what? And he's like, remember that it would be a company that is trying to service a similar demographic. And it was Panera Bread. So Panera Bread didn't have to do any demographic research. They just knew that their product set would, their customers and Target customers are the same. I think that's kind of cool how much Target is market oriented rather than just trying to get every single possible person in. They're trying to get a specific kind of person in.
Yeah. And Target puts a lot of research into where to put those stores, and even different format stores. So there's city Targets that they just have to have they have less space to work with, or multi-stories, or they're a great company and put a lot of time and energy into what they do and why they do it well. And I saw that when I was looking for jobs, and felt it as an intern, and felt confident, and even I'm a very risk adverse person. So by joining Target, I knew that they were going to be around for a while. Even seeing the retail industry and how it has kind of gone down in certain markets, but the big dogs have really thrived and grown off of that too. And you never know, but I was like pretty sure Target's going to be around. So
well, yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like Target basically like almost like shifted a little bit where it became an online store, obviously, but then you can pick up in store. But do they ship out of each individual store too?
Yeah. So I think it's been, I don't know, 5 or 6 years since I've been at Target, and I was at Target for 6 years, and was really part of that journey on getting how does the company shift from just being brick and mortar to really competing with the Amazons of the world. And what's funny, I'm going to butcher this, but there was another company that managed Target's online website, and I want to say it's Amazon. I might be wrong, but it was a company like that where they basically gave them the keys to the kingdom and said, hey, operate this for us. So they had all this data coming in about Target, and then they realized, oh, this is going to be like a huge thing. We need to take this in-house. So I'd say, like all the other brick and mortar stores, they were behind the 8 ball in going online. But that's something that I felt was unique, 6-7 years ago, or really 5 years ago, of how do they become efficient with their brick and mortar stores. So if you can ship out of a store, you save shipping and your turnaround time because you're already local. And Amazon's been blowing up everywhere, so they're opening warehouses. But Target already had that. So it became this just flow of inventory that you had to manage, and that's managed by corporate, but that's where your counts are super important, and managing that and managing the team that updates that and numbers are really important in that game.